birthday to my middle son. Love you so much. I know you're not listening right now, but you can come back and listen. And Daddy called you early this morning. I'm looking forward to seeing you later today. So proud of you. Love you very much, all right? Happy 17 years. So today is a good day, and we're going to be talking all things real estate, Chatham County, housing market, and I am happy. Hold on, let me say this correctly now. I have my notes written. Let me say thank you to the Sycamore. Sycamore, thank you for letting us broadcast here. It's a beautiful setting, so thank you to the Sycamore. I am very happy today. So I like to bring the experts to you guys when you listen. So if we're talking about anything here in Chatham County, we want to make sure that we have people who know what's going on. So today we're talking housing, we're talking real estate. So I'd like to welcome to the mic all things Chatham County, real estate, land, mortgage, all that. She knows it all. Ladies and gentlemen, won't you welcome Miss Julie Roland, everyone. Hey, Julie, how are you?
Hey, Aaron. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for coming. So how do you like the digs for today's show, huh?
Good. Yeah, I'm
comfortable
excited.
here.
Yeah.
All right, so last week we had, my guy, Kirk Jennings from Encompass Lending, nc@encompasslending.com, and he talked about stuff happening in Chatham County in North Carolina from a mortgage perspective and gave a lot of great insight. This week, we're happy to have you because we want to talk about what's happening here in Chatham County in our area, housing-wise, Greater Wake County. Oh, that's someone calling in for a question right now. Let me answer them. And so we brought you here to kind of be our go-to person so that we know. So first of all, tell us who you are. Tell us what brought you to Chatham County. Tell us a little bit about you.
My name is Julie Roland, and I started Julie Roland Realty about 12 years ago. I've lived in Pittsboro proper for probably 20 years and 2 years in Chapel Hill, still in Chatham County.
And what is the growth? What's it been like since the time you first came here to maybe 10 years ago, to 5 years ago, to 2 years ago, till today?
Okay, wow. I remember when I first moved here and picked Pittsboro off of a map.
Oh, you're getting phone calls already,
my
too.
goodness.
See, people are listening. I love it. PBO radio, a higher frequency.
And I remember when I first moved here, 15501 was under construction from a 2-lane and going to a 4-lane.
I think that was in the 20th century still.
It was a long time ago. And I remember the Carolina Brewery wasn't here. Lowe's hardware store was not here. You had to go to a little hardware store in downtown Pittsboro.
Did they have a traffic light then? There was a blinking yellow light when I was a little kid, and the Hardee's wasn't even here yet. There was the pantry. We would get Slurpees.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I think Hardee's was here. I think it was one of the first. I think it was the only place you could go to eat. Verley's was here, but it was called something else.
Was that Scoreboard?
Yes.
Back then?
Yes, Scoreboard. Yep.
PBO scores for $300 on the Scoreboard.
That's right.
Yes. What else you got for me, Julie Roland? But okay, yeah. So what was the housing market like then? And were you just getting started in the industry then?
So I sold real estate in Utah, which is where I'm originally from, and then I came
Go Utes.
Yeah, that's right.
Why Go Utes? No, I'm kidding. Go
Utah
ahead.
Utes. And came here, so immediately started selling real estate here. And, it was a very different market for sure. For the biggest thing that I've seen change is the average sell price has changed tremendously. So, I mean, we're about $100,000 over Wake County now. That's unheard of.
Well, and that has been, I guess, good and bad in some ways, huh?
Yeah. I mean, the growth is nice for a lot of people where you don't have to go to Apex to, go out to dinner or go have a drink with your friends. But it's hard. It's difficult, I think, for the people who are from here and, some of the farmers and feeling like they're getting pushed out, and it's difficult for them. So I can see both sides of it for sure.
And there is both sides, and the fact that we're touching on this a bit because I was on the board of Chatham County Housing Authority, and there must be a balance. And one thing we're trying to do here at PBO Radio is, we want to keep it as positive as possible, but we know sometimes that difficult conversations must be had. It does not mean that it needs to be a diatribe. It can still be a dialogue. It doesn't mean that we need to be combative. We can still be collaborative. So I'm sure from the real estate on the broker side of being a leader in the community that you get both sides of the conversation, whether it's someone looking to rent, someone, as we were talking before we started, whose taxes have gone up. And wow, I thought about having my house paid off, and now my taxes have gone up. So there are some difficult conversations around the growing real estate, which is positive in some ways, but there are some real conversations we need to have,
Yeah, definitely.
So
Definitely see both sides.
What are you seeing? We had this conversation last week when Kirk was on. We were talking about USDA loans. All right, so do you know USDA loans?
I do.
All right, so USDA loans are 100% loans. And sometimes people think that rural areas mean where you don't have a neighbor for like 3 miles and everybody's got 8 cows. How has the term, not rural, but how has rural kind of changed and maybe since you first came here to what rural living looks like now?
Wow, that has changed quite a bit actually, because there's so many more new subdivisions that are clustered in Pittsboro, downtown Pittsboro even. And so you do have to go a little farther out right now.
Well, when you have to go further out, does that make it, does that seem to make it less expensive the further out you go?
It is, but not much, I think, and it also depends on where you go.
All right, so let's go ahead. I'm moving here from Minnesota, and I'm looking for a place to live, and I want a couple of acres, and my budget is reasonable but not over the top. I know that doesn't give you any numbers, but what are areas where I'm now starting a family? How about that? I'm starting a family. Want a couple of acres is spread out, but where do we go to look here in this area? What do we see happening? Are we going borderline Harnett, Lee County, Alamance, which maybe we are?
So I think there's something available for anybody, anywhere. It's, you might have to wait for the right thing to come up. But there's always something available, whether you go out west or go a little south. And there's still some available that would meet that in Pittsboro.
Really? Because
it's just far and few between, but there is still some available.
So, and we were having this conversation too. So, what do I'm starting a family and I want to get in your nice car and ride around and look at stuff, and maybe we'll go through drive-through, get something to eat, but I want you to take me around looking at homes. What do I need to do?
So first of all, there's the familial status in real estate, which is, you've got to keep with, we can show you all areas of Pittsboro and I'm going to show you all over. I'm not going to show you just one area.
So in order for me to go looking at homes, are you just going to take my good word and my nice smile that I'm ready to go buy a $750,000 house?
We're going to, we'll have meetings beforehand.
Okay, so what's it like?
That.
All right, so I'm going to meet with Julie, Roland, and maybe I need to save this question for the break, because you brought someone with you who you said, Aaron, you got to talk to her. Who'd you bring with you?
Oh, this is Larkin Willis, and not only is she my best friend, but she also works with me. So Larkin is our media guru. She's just a wonderful person.
She's our numbers person. Can we get her on the
absolutely.
microphone and do a little talk? And after, we'll take a little break. I'm going to play a little music. Have you ever heard of, all right, so I try and play local people, all right? And one of my favorite people, I play them every week. Because I like him every week because it's good driving. It's great driving music. Have you ever heard of a local guy by the name of Wes Collins?
Yeah.
All right. Do you know Wes' music?
I do know Wes. I know Wes personally.
All right. So then I'm going to play. You mind if I play some Wes music?
Absolutely.
All right. Do you know what song I'm going to play?
Uh-uh.
Do you know that his latest album's called Welcome to the Ether?
Nope.
Well, here's a title track, Welcome to the Ether. Wes Collins. We'll come right back and we'll do some more talking, all right? All things mortgage and housing and all that real estate. Wes Collins, welcome to the Ether.
Take a right there at the SO with that old Purina silo, straight on through to where the pavement got redone. It's an hour and some change to where you're going, but you can bank a little time if you get off the 301. It's pretty thin for half an hour left to right across the dial. You want a song, you got to sing it in your head. Once you clear the interference, you got a solid hour company. Unless you pull the parking brake, stay a while instead. Welcome to the Ether. We've been waiting for you, darling. Welcome to the Ether. Some things never change, but your attention between the ditches and your hands on 10 and 2, because your ears are eyes until you're out of range. Welcome to the Ether. Your apartment's closing in on you, and you can't find a spot that's far enough away from any of the walls. But your edges start to melt when you step out into the rain. Looks like you might be made of sugar after all. Jam your hands into your pockets, hike your shoulders, bow your head. At least you're dry between your collar and your chin. Pick up half along the road and marching faster than the traffic till somebody rolls their window down. Here we are again. Welcome to the Ether. We got towers everywhere. Welcome to the Ether. That's all we ever say. Any trip can be a dance if you know how to stick the landing. We can get you there a couple times a day. Nobody blames you for climbing up into your head when reception gets spotty. Nothing you buy or consume or collect gets you comfortable in your body. Welcome to the Ether, rooted to the driveway. Welcome to the Ether. Ought to see your face. It can take you off the board if you hang out up here too long. So we know sometimes you have to go away. We don't like it either. Welcome to the Ether.
I always play Wes because I enjoy his music. And on a day like today, you know, we actually left the Sycamore. We are now riding in a convertible down 15501 because Wes has convertible top-down sunny day summer on the way to the beach music in his music. And I just really appreciate it. So welcome to the Ether. It is 12:09, lunchtime, y'all. And we're here at PBO Radio. We're talking housing, we're talking the market here in Chatham County, we're talking real estate, and I have Larkin Willis, who is a realtor at Julie Roland Realty, and just all things marketing with Julie, and just our go-to person. So, ladies and gentlemen, won't you put your hands together, stand up wherever you are, unless you're driving, or you're at your job, or you're doing something where you can't stand up comfortably. And put your hands together for Larkin Willis, y'all. Larkin, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you for being here and hanging out at the Sycamore.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
And I think Julie just went to go get the champagne. We're about to start popping bottles.
All
here.
right.
So anyway, don't say familial though. Whatever you do, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right. So we were talking to Julie and trying to get perspective of the real estate market here. And so what can you tell us? I know you guys are talking stats and whatnot in relationship to the other surrounding counties. So yeah, tell us what's going on in Chatham and the other surrounding counties and what our market's looking like.
Sure. I mean, so much has been changing over the past couple of years. Pittsboro, Chatham County in particular, huge bullseye, huge growth area. And that's been a big part of the conversation for a long time. Our property values, our interest in our area has grown. We have new commercial business coming to our area, which draws more residential. Big milestone that we passed last year was that we finally, our average home sale price became higher than Wake County. And that was a big deal.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Wow.
For a very rural county.
For a very
rural county. That was a big deal.
So, and we were talking about this a bit. So you're saying we beat Wake County. What does it look like with Chatham, Orange, and Durham? Did we have any of those numbers? How we relate to that?
I don't have them in front of me, but we're pretty darn
Just
close.
make them up. No, I'm kidding.
Be like, well.
We were talking about this as well. My cousin's like, I need a place to rent. Mm-hmm. What's the rental market in respect to, are you doing mostly family sales? Don't say familial. Or are you doing investor sales? Or are you doing
all of the above?
Okay, so from the rental side, what does that look like?
It's a hot market in Chatham because we don't have enough rentals for the demand.
Really? Mm-hmm. See, well, here's a demand right here, and it's actually a demand. Someone calling looking for a home today. No, I'm kidding. It's not a demand. But so
there's a huge need.
It is a huge need for that. And are we seeing it in the single person, more than 2-3 people living in a home?
Exactly. So in the rental market, I mean, you're looking for anybody, whether you're a single person, 2-person, multifamily, there's a need for all of them.
Okay.
There's not enough, and we have apartment complexes that have gone up in Powell Place, and now we're going to have a new
the district.
Guild.
I've seen the district.
The district is coming, and the Guild, which is Chatham Park. So that's going to be right behind Mosaic.
Do we know how many units that are?
Couple hundred.
That's 200.
200 to 300.
I'm going to say 200 to 300. Let's say 750.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. All right. So hold on. Let's say. All right. You got those coming there. We got the district there. We got the ones that came there. So that's all within what you want to say a 3-mile radius.
Yes.
All right.
And in a short time span as well. We sort of kind of went from no apartment complexes to suddenly we're going to have an influx, and it's just going to allow for more people to come to Chatham County.
Well,
and there's needs to rent before you buy. I mean, there's many needs that people need to rent a home or rent an apartment. Some people need that because that's the price point they're looking, or because they're thinking about an area, or they want to live in an area before they potentially buy. So there's a lot of ways people need.
So I want to talk to you guys, since you guys have your finger on the pulse of what's happening here, because here at PBO Radio, we represent Chatham County. And all of Chatham County, not just Pittsboro.
No.
Do you know what makes up all of Chatham County?
There's a lot.
There's a lot.
There's a lot.
All right, there's a lot.
I'm going to tell you.
I'm going to tell you. There's going to be a test. I'm going to check your website, see if you guys got all these too. Yep. I heard that you might. So Incorporated, Chatham County is made up by Asbury, Bear Creek, Bells, Bondley, Brickhaven, Bynum, Carbotten, Carolina Meadows, Corinth, Crutchville Crossroads, Farrington, Griffiths Crossroads, Gum Springs, Harper's Crossroads, Bennett, Gulf, Moncure, Pittsboro, Cary, Golston, Siler City, Haywood, Johnson's Crossing, Mary Oaks, Mount Vernon, Springs, Seaforth, Silk Hope, Terrells, and Wilsonville. Yes, there will be a test. Now, Julie Roland Realty has been here for a while, right?
They have.
Okay.
Yes.
Have they sold homes in all those towns? Do we know?
Gosh,
all those
I would be
areas
shocked
there?
if we hadn't. I would be shocked if we hadn't.
All right. Well, we're going to go back and check that.
Because a lot of our agents are spread out, and we have some agents that focus more in different areas. And so, like, over the years, Julie herself has sold in so many.
So what I would like for us to do here at PBO Radio is also be a resource for folks, because it's great that there are apartments that are being built on the corridor 15501 going north.
Correct.
But I just mentioned Corinth, Crutchville,
Yep.
Crossroads, Gulf, Mary Oaks. What about my folks out there?
It's
Now, you don't have to have the answer. I'm
Yeah.
speaking rhetorical.
Yes.
PBO can speak rhetorically, okay, guys? Just want to let you know that. And PBO will have the answers to his rhetorical questions. I just want to let you guys know that. But we want to know that there's development helping out Chatham County
As a whole.
in its totality, because, Bear Creek. All right, what's happening? Oh, well, no one without a microphone is allowed to talk. The budget does not allow for 3 microphones. Actually, but the board does allow for that. All right, so without breaking any rules, can you tell me what you guys specifically at Julie Roland Realty, why would I want to work with you guys?
Oh, that's my favorite question.
Oh, good. See?
That's my favorite question.
PBO Radio wins. We asked a favorite question. Go ahead.
Honestly, it's specific to why I chose to go with Julie Roland Realty too. We are very person-centered. Like, this is a big deal. When you're buying a home, there's a lot of pieces to this puzzle, and it can be intimidating. We want to be the resource where you feel comfortable with us and understanding that we want to stand beside you and support you through this process from beginning to end. One of my favorite stories, Julie and I were at a conference. So we had gone, and then we got a call from one of her clients that there was an issue at the home he'd just closed on. And he's like, I don't know what to do. And we're like, you know what? We're on our way. So we show up in our dresses. Somehow there had not been the switch for the in the sink where you turn on the disposal had not been installed, but we weren't sure of that. We were trying to figure it out. So we hike our dresses. We're with tools. We're pulling things out. We're taking the dishwasher out, all this sort of stuff. We didn't want him to feel, so, moving and buying a home is overwhelming. We're at full service. We care about you. A lot of times we walk away friends with these people. We get to know their families. You allow us in, and that's a big deal, and we take it very seriously.
So what would it be? And yes, we are live here at the Sycamore at the lounge, and as they are, I think they're getting ready for a beach party out here. I see people bringing sand. I see floats.
Oh, are they going to invite us?
They are going to invite us, and luckily I wore shorts today because it's 85 degrees in February. So I came ready for that. So if I am working with you guys, and are you going to text me and just email me all the time? So we live in a digital age.
We do. We communicate with you in the way that works best for you. I've had clients that had language barriers, and he preferred to communicate via email because that was easier for him. So that's how we did. But I had clients who preferred in person, and so that's what I did. It's really about meeting your client where their need is.
All right. So I'm 25. I'm about to start a family, and I want you to take me and show me a home. What do I need to do?
Well, there's a couple of things. You want to figure out, what your needs are and what your budget's going to be. And for a lot of people, that can be intimidating. So our usual recommendation is for you to reach out to a mortgage lender who can walk you through that process and give you an idea of what you can afford, what you need to look for. And so that's a big part of our...
Okay, so then I go to the lender, and I do what the lender says, and the lender gives me this letter that shows how much house I can afford.
Yes,
then what do I
pre-approval.
need to do?
Then we put in our parameters. We say, what do you want and what's reasonable? Because sometimes you have to help a client figure out what is attainable in their list of wants. And once we get that, we can start a search parameter, and we can start looking, we can start going to see homes that we feel will fit best those needs.
You think that's going to be my forever home that I'm buying at 25 and start that's not my forever home?
No, and that's why you have to be reasonable in that, like, your wants and your needs sometimes are different in different stages of your life.
What if I just want some land and I want to build me a little cabin, I want to have some horses and stuff out there? You guys know anything about land availability and all that?
We
Tell
do.
me about that.
Land is awesome. I love it. I enjoy getting to do properties where we're looking for a land search because we live in a very beautiful county and surrounding counties that have some really amazing parcels of land. And so We would then take what your needs are for that particular land. We want to make sure that you understand that site prep costs are up right now. Your topography is important for your needs. Like, these are all important factors that you want to consider when you're looking at a piece of land, because they can impact how costly it is for you to develop that land.
And so I found my land. I need a builder.
Yes.
You know any builders?
We do.
Okay. And so
We're lucky in that Julie has been doing this for so long. She has a lot of amazing relationships with a lot of the builders in the area, and they can help introduce you to these builders and find one that suits you best.
So, and not saying that we need more people to move here, but everyone's welcome.
Yes, they are.
What's the draw for Chatham County?
Draw for the county? Gosh, it's stunning land. It's a beautiful place to live. I personally think the people are the biggest draw. It's why I'm here. It's why I've stayed here.
They have local radio.
They have local radio.
That focuses on Chatham County.
They have community-focused people. In my opinion, I think Chatham County has some of the kindest, most thoughtful, caring community members that in a place that I've ever lived.
If we were going to let people know the best way to see what you guys have listed and what you guys have, how would we do that?
First place you can always go is julierolandrealty.com. It's our website, and it has all of our listings on it. You can search through our website. We have an entire index where you can go through all of the homes listed on the MLS and the homes that we currently have listed. We also all have Facebook pages. You can go to Julie Roland Realty on Facebook, and that has our phone numbers, our website, our posts for our new listings, everything you might need to access.
I'll also be posting whatever you guys tell me I'm allowed to post. Whatever y'all tell me I'm allowed to post, I'm going to share on PBO Radio page, on our PBO Radio Facebook page, on the YouTube page, which is yet to be created, but it will be by this evening, and Instagram page. And, what we hope to do is be able to give people a snapshot as Chatham County continues to grow as to what's happening in our area. Is that something you guys could help us be able to do, is to keep a snapshot of what our real estate market looks like?
No, we do. We try and keep up with it. We try and keep potential clients informed. We're always trying to push information out, especially with how quickly in this day, like, things are changing. They're changing so fast, so you really have to keep on top of it.
Well, one of the other things that people find to be important are the different schools that are coming in the area. Someone just texted me and said, don't forget to mention the schools. And I'm like, of course. I'm the radio guy. I just talked about the no. How do we see, I know there was like a new high school, Seaforth. There was a new elementary school, I believe.
Bailey's. There's a handful.
That's right. So aren't those the things that you guys, one of my monikers is to be an information broker, relationship builder.
Yes.
So you find that you have to
have your finger on a lot of different categories and able to help inform your clients. Now, we specifically can't speak to the schools because we don't want to give bias in that way.
Sure.
But we know the people that we can say, if you are seeking that information, we can help you get to the people that know and that can talk to you about that.
So when I get ready to move here, and I found my home, and we go to closing, I get my keys, I never hear from you guys again, right?
No, no, because you become intimate with these people. You get to be a part. They let you in, and it's like literally the best part of my job.
Well, one thing about being here in Pittsboro is that we get to do that.
We get to, and then you see them in town. And you pass them by, and you see them at school events, or you see them at the grocery store. You run into them at the restaurant. It's the most fun because you're welcoming these people into your community.
So your office is where again?
We work out of 79 West, which is the co-working space over in Mosaic.
Okay, all right. Haven't they been having some outdoor events? They got stuff coming up soon.
They do, and they have.
Well, it's February. I feel like I'm talking to you in June.
I know.
Maybe not tomorrow. They're not having anything.
But no, actually, 79 West is fantastic, and I would absolutely recommend people go check out their website because they have all kinds of free events for entrepreneurs, for people networking, learning about.
Okay, wait. Tell me this again. I haven't been at 79 West.
Yes, 79 West is located at the Mosaic, which is off 15501.
Yeah, I ride by it every day. I've been
every
to Refuel.
day. So if you go in there, it is a really, really cool space. Like, they've done a fantastic job, but they hold regular events for the public, and sometimes they work with UNC with their innovation program, and they have these amazing speakers. We just had like a Grammy award-winning music producer, I believe, was just up there and doing a course about entrepreneurship.
Really?
Yeah.
Sounds like PBO Radio should have been
Sounds
there.
like
just
PBO
starting it.
Radio.
My goodness.
But I think it's one of those slow trickles, like getting the information out, and I think more and more people are starting to hear about it, which is why I'm happy to share, because I've been to a few myself, and it's really, really cool.
Well, this is why I knew to bring on Julie Roland and Julie Roland Realtors, because we wanted to get the pulse of what is happening here in Chatham County on this beautiful Pittsboro day. And I'm really glad that you guys.
We were just so thrilled that you
have
had
stopped
us.
by.
This is the best part of our job, is like getting to be with people in our community and talk about what's going on here.
Well, it's a favorite part of my job to have on shorts, a T-shirt, sit in this beautiful room, talk to you guys, wait for Julie to open up the champagne because,
Right?
well, we have something to celebrate. No, I enjoy doing this and the people who help out, because Chatham County, it may not be perfect, but it's pretty close
It's
sometimes.
pretty close,
We can,
yeah.
you know, I like going to visit other places, but Chatham County and Pittsboro, it has grown on me, and so
It has.
this
It
is a
feels like
labor of
it's
love.
home,
Although we
yeah.
want you to advertise, and if you guys like, okay, someone text me. They said, Aaron, don't forget to tell them if you like what you're hearing, and until we have advertisers, I'm not good at this part, but I can tell you, hit us up on the Venmo, PBO Radio NC, the Venmo. You want to show support, hit us up there. You know, we're playing a lot of cool music.
Yes.
We're going to be down at the Mod. We're going to be broadcasting the bands playing from the Mod. We're going to hopefully go down to the Mosaic and broadcast from there, and we want to be doing good in the neighborhood. So good in the neighborhood. This happened to me
Yes.
today. I was at the community college, and this lady's out there. I mean, doing good in your neighborhood doesn't have to be like saving someone from a fire. This lady came and said, hey, do you have a dog? I said, yeah, I do. She said, we got these because we're working with St. Bart's, and they are selling dog treats. So she gave me 2 things of dog treats, and she said, will you let people know about them? And if you go and buy the dog treats, it helps supports. And this is one of my favorite things ever, the community lunch at St. Bart's.
Oh, that
All
is
right?
fantastic.
And this isn't necessarily a religious show, but we're spiritual people. And so somewhere we're supposed to feed those and open up our
Those that
doors and
need.
help those. And
Absolutely.
so St. Bart's has been opening their doors every Thursday for as long
For
as...
as long as I've been here.
Yep, and everybody in here is older than me, so you get no. So they do, I think, what the Christ consciousness says. They open
Yeah,
their doors
open your door
and they feed
and
whoever
feed who
is
needs.
hungry.
Yep.
And so this lady gave me these dog treats. She said, will you let people know about them? So there's some dog treats. If you see them out, buy them. They're made by the people who support St. Bart's Church, Episcopal Church, where my granny is buried there. My granny was a member of that church for many years.
That's
and so it's a
amazing.
very special place. One of the first memories in my life was holding my granny's hand as a little boy walking up those stairs and going to that church. So St. Bart's is a
That is
special place to
awesome.
me. So support these folks, and if you see the dog biscuits, buy the dog biscuits, give them to your dog. My dog ate 2 of them on my yoga mat today. So don't give them to the dog on the yoga mat, but give them to the dog nonetheless and support. So that was good in the neighborhood. Number 1 that happened to me. And then, wait, something else good happened to me. Oh, so I was coming here and I had my arms filled with all this stuff. Someone
Yeah.
held the door. Doing good in the neighborhood,
It
you know
does,
what
it
I'm saying?
feels good.
My man who brought the water.
He did.
Right here for us.
He was awesome.
So when we see good being done in our neighborhood, email us at pboradionc@gmail.com or hit us up on the Facebook and say, I see good being done in our neighborhood, and let us know, because good things, the good vibe passes on and it helps us
It
feel
does.
good.
It spreads. We
So-
want it to spread.
I really want PBO Radio to be a higher frequency. I want us to be able to
Agreed.
find the positive, and if we need to have difficult decisions, we can do that on our visual partner, ToshTalk.com, where we do all of our visual stuff. But if we need to have difficult conversations, we'll have those. But PBO Radio is a higher frequency where we're going to look to do good. No one goes hungry in our community. No one goes without. We have some seniors at one of the seniors' homes because I want to do a story time where we read to our seniors. And so someone was letting me know that one of the senior places here, the seniors don't have access to laptops and phones. So I got 3 or 4 laptops at my house I'm not using. I'm going to get cleaned up and we're going to donate them. And they said, well, unfortunately, the facility had to cut off half of the Wi-Fi in the building because of budget cuts. And so I'm like, well, I don't care if we got to get hotspots. I don't care what we have to do. But the least among us, we should be supporting. So whether seniors living by themselves or at any of our senior homes, I'm going to make sure they got laptops. I don't care if we got to get hotspots, but we're going to do this PBO Radio reading to our seniors, and we're going to make sure it happens. So that's something else. You guys want to support that? Hit us up. Hit me up on the Facebook, PBO Radio NC at gmail.com. Say, Aaron, we want to be a part of reading to the seniors. I haven't come with a name for it. It's just something that we should do. I mean, I like being read to. I've always liked reading my kids. I like being read to as a child, and I'm like, if we have people who are by themselves, or the least we can do is to read some stories, read some books, we're going to make that happen. If they don't have a laptop, we got laptops like chewing gum. It's everywhere.
We should be able to find
laptops. We should be able to find a laptop. We got internet everywhere, so no one goes hungry. No one should go out. We can do that in our community. All right? You know, that made me think. I played this last time. You're going to say, Aaron, you played it last time. Well, as soon as I get to 1,000 listeners, every day we'll change the music. But until then, no, I'm kidding. My good friend wrote a song, and it has to do with that. So and we're going to come back and say goodbye to these ladies. We're going to play this song. It's called Side of the Road, and it's about doing exactly that, all right? So here's some Side of the Road for y'all. You can dance to it, y'all, all right?
Check out the sound. This is a crucial sound, I say. This one going out for the people on the streets struggling on the side of the road. The side of the road. Searching for a way, I say, to get through another day on the side of the road. The side of the road. Searching for a way, I say. Some people having problems on these streets. Too many of them homeless with no food to eat. Nah, the clothes them wear they way too big, and the shoes not fit their feet. Too many people can't go on, so when them tired, they finally take a seat on the side of the road. The side of the road. Searching for a way, I say, to get through just one more day, right by the side of the road. On the side of the road. Searching for a way, I say, to get through. Gotta find a way. Lord, some people having problems on these streets. I'm telling you, the look upon their face filled with much defeat. Lord, don't know how things can get this way. Don't know who really cares, nah. But one thing that I know for sure, a man should never have to beg for bread on the side of the road. Right by the side of the road. Searching for a way, I say, to get through just one more day on the side of the road. Say, give a little, yeah. Come on, go down your window.
As my friend, the Sunsetters and Side of the Road. Yeah, give a little. So as we're wrapping up here, and very thankful to my friends here from Julie Roland Realty, and Julie's going to tell us, and see, this is how I like to end the show. So Julie, what were we just talking about? Share that with the people out there. It sounds great.
Okay, yeah, well, we brought up the Quilt Maker Cafe, which is here in Pittsboro. It's local, and it's pay-as-you-go. And
What does that mean, pay as you go?
so you pay what you can for your meal, and if you can pay extra, pay extra. For those people who can't afford to eat, they come in and eat. They eat for free.
Are there
And-
links to that? Because we're going to post all this on the Facebook and on PBO. So make sure I have all the links. But keep going. This sounds great. I love
Yeah.
it.
So Jenny Knowlton, she's the entrepreneur who started this, and she's
We're going to have Jenny on too. So make sure you connect me, okay?
Great person, and entrepreneur started this, and she's got a great story too to tell herself. So, and her and I discussed quite a few things with respect to that, but this was just really close to my heart, and so we sponsor it. We love it, and I think it's a great thing that they do. They've had some. They don't have an actual storefront yet, so they're looking for space here in Chatham County, but people have donated space, like the Plant or Postal Fish Company. They've had different get-togethers through those, and anyway, it's a great thing, and I think.
Well, I'm going to have her as a guest. And, you saying all that, I cannot in this broadcast without saying what Greg Lewis and Maria Lewis have done.
Oh, wow, yes.
When they were at the Roadhouse, they had a thing where they would put a coat rack outside, and it was like, if you need a coat, take a coat. If you have an
that's
extra.
awesome. Yeah.
And the Roadhouse was such a great.
And their meals that
the
they've handed
meals
out.
that they handed out, the restaurateur that they've been,
Yeah.
having all the great events at the Roadhouse. A lot of stuff for Taj Talk that they did. They did the Pashakashaw stuff for Tammy, and then just all the music. And now here we sit in the Sycamore, the lounge here at the Sycamore. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful room. Great place to do a broadcast too.
Right.
I
Well,
may never
and
leave this location.
It's just such caring, giving people, and so compassionate, and it's, again, it's just so dear to my heart because I grew up extremely poor, and oftentimes didn't have food. So when I see this happening, it brings joy to my heart.
Well, the Sycamore has, I brought my son here for our February 1st birthdays. Happy birthday, son. See, I said it again.
Happy birthday.
And my dad, rest in heaven, his birthday Sunday. My birthday was, well, we don't need to know about that. But yeah, my February birthdays, I love them. But I brought my son here and got him the dry-aged ribeye.
Oh.
With mashed potatoes.
Wow.
Have you ever seen a 17-year-old eat a dry-aged ribeye and mashed potatoes? Well, it went down. And I will say, every now and again, you have to enjoy yourself. And I had a Malbec by the glass, and then I had a Bordeaux by the glass. So that's how you know a place is good, is that their by the glass reds and whites are very, very comparable. You don't just, I in order for me to get a glass of wine, I got to buy a bottle. No, they've done a great job here. The chefs are doing great things in the kitchen. The service has been very good and very astute. And I'm very thankful to Greg and Maria letting me do my broadcast from here. So big up to the Sycamore and Greg and Maria. And y'all come check the Sycamore. I was here last night. My man Dave Quick was doing the jazz, had a 3-piece here. I'm sorry, I had a 4-piece. Dave, bass, drums, guitar. They sounded great. The vibes were perfect. So we may not live in a perfect place, but we strive for perfection. Hey, guys, I appreciate you. We did it.
Thank you.
Thank y'all
Thanks for having us
very
on.
much. We're going to the beach now, right? We getting in that converter. We're going to the beach. Hey, y'all, pass this on. PBO Radio, PBONC.com. Y'all know what time it is. I'm so glad everyone came out today. We're going to post this show, then share the show. I usually play my mama's favorite song every time I end the show because, well, it's her favorite song. So I guess I won't stop that streak unless she gets another favorite song, but I don't think she will because, well, this is my mama's favorite song. All right, guys, Love somebody. Be good to somebody. I wish you peace, love, and power every minute and every hour. Be good to somebody. Then you're being good to yourself, all right? Fly like a bird, y'all. Put on your wings. It's time to fly. PBO Radio, a higher frequency.
Song of prophecy. I see the moon come shining blood light. I see the time to turn my day into a night. It's time to hear the spoken words. Oh, people in a nation gather round and tell me to hear the trumpet sound. It's time to fly like a bird. It's time to go fly like a bird. Way up in the sky we go to fly like a bird. Sweet by fly, go fly like a bird. It's time for something to fly like a bird. I need a week no more. Come on. I see the moon come shining blood light. I swear the time turn my day into a night. It's time to hear the spoken word. Well, people gathered and gather round and tell me to hear the trumpet sound. It's time to fly like a bird. Come on, it's time to fly like a bird. Way up in the sky, it's time to fly like a bird. Sweet like a fly, I'm gonna fly like a bird. It's time for something to fly like a bird. I'll leave a week no more. Come on, yeah. Come on, yeah. Come on. 25 years on the mother's milk, my belly ready for the meat. I got this brand new way of talking, a pleasant move beneath my feet. When I was a child, sick as a child, and I know this sounds absurd. I'll reach on through the heavens and flap real hard. Y'all fly like a kite. Fly like a bird. Way up in the sky, we go to fly like a bird. Sweet by the cloud, gonna fly like a bird. It's time for something to fly like a bird.
Y'all be good. We're out of here. See you when we see you. Peace.